Greetings, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey, guys, I'm here with Derek Green,
Yep. Father and son.
father and son. So we just wanted to, we're in New Orleans. We're out at the city park and just finishing our working out, just trying to,
Hmm.
stay healthy. Trying to lead by example,
Always.
right?
Yeah, we're about, and this is not a fad for us. We're about, if I'm 30 years into this, then that you're at least 50, 40 years into this
Yeah, at
working
least
out.
40 years
At least
into
40
it.
years into
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
40 years
because
into it.
because I know you started when you were a kid, and you
Yeah,
had us start when we were kids. So
yeah,
yeah, so this is not something that we're doing for form or fashion. This has been a lifestyle all of our lives.
yeah. And the reason we're bringing this up because we want to talk a little bit about obesity and and the coronavirus here in New Orleans
Hmm.
or really the state of Louisiana. And if you know
Hmm.
anything about if you're up to date on statistics with Louisiana, I think it's only second to Mississippi as far as percentage of
I believe
obesity.
so. I
Right.
believe so. Hmm.
And so obviously, if you're not healthy in an environment where you can easily be attacked, your immune system can be attacked,
Hmm.
then obviously the cases here would probably reflect that.
Absolutely. What I noticed is that the places that they consider the epicenters. Right now, New Orleans is considered the epicenter. It has been for a couple weeks now,
Yes.
and that's because we're the ones who have the most the most cases disproportionately per capita. Um, and I'm always talking about how bad our eating habits is here, how bad our exercising habits is here in New Orleans. It's bad, and so I think this is one of those prime examples to where when people like myself and my dad, people like us who are heavily into health and fitness, for one, that's what Yahweh wants. That was. I mean, it's all throughout. It's all throughout His Word.
Yes.
But I'm not going to deviate from this specific topic. But He wants us to live that life for a reason because our immune systems will be better, pumped up and ready to be relentless, when it comes down to fighting against these types of attacks. But two, the numbers here are proportionately higher per capita because we don't place an emphasis on health here.
I,
You
I,
know,
I,
um, I talk to people about certain types of diets here, and they look at me like I'm like a deer in headlights, or they accuse me of fat shaming.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never fat shamed anyone in my entire life.
Yeah. And again,
You know,
fat shaming, probably wouldn't even come into play if you understood the importance of good health.
mm-hmm,
You follow me? Because
mm-hmm,
it's important to be to have good health. It gets you at first, and there are many benefits, but the obvious one that comes to mind is self-esteem.
mm-hmm,
Assertiveness.
mm-hmm.
Your ability to be aggressive and take advantage of opportunities. I guess the birds must be.
Yep. And also, your body, the inside of your body, it works like a production line. For example, I just had surgery 6 weeks ago. A major,
And you got the scar to prove it, right?
yeah, a major
You see that?
neurosurgery.
You can see that.
Now, P.S. Now, my health has never been an issue. The issue when I was in the military, I fell off of a fence doing a mission in Iraq, and ruptured a couple discs in my spine. So I had to repair those. But I'd been a long distance runner all my adult life, and up until the night before surgery, I ran 7 miles the night before surgery. Um, at that point, I knew the disc had to be taken out anyway, so so I'm getting everything I can out of it. But FYI, in 3 more weeks from today, I'll be back to running marathons again. But I did that for a reason because it put my body in a recovery rhythm. And as I said a few minutes ago, your body's like a production line. Basically, when things get thrown at it, they have a rhythm. Okay, guys, you catch a cold or pneumonia, or you fall and get a sore or whatever. You break a leg. They're like, okay, guys, we know what to do. Let's get it. Well,
Yes.
guess what? If you're constantly working out, your body is used to recovery.
That's right.
It's in a rhythm of recovery. So guess what? Coronavirus, surgery, anything drastically that your body has recovered from, that production line, that group of intelligent organisms on the inside of your body, they say, this is what we always do.
Yes.
You guys know what to do. Coronavirus hits you, COVID-19 hits you. That production line, if they're already used to that recovery rhythm from working out, come on, guys, we do this all the time. Same rhythm, let's get it.
Yeah.
You have to recover from surgery. I'm 6 weeks post-op, and I'm already at the phase of recovery where you're supposed to be 3 months, and
Yeah.
3 months later.
And again, I mean, and that's a good example, from what Derek is talking about. Because I can assure you guys, if he was obese, or even if he wasn't obese, but he did not eat right and and drink a lot of water and take the necessary nutriments, because I know you do that as well. There's no way he would be 6 weeks out of that type of surgery. Already, he kept up with me today, and we just finished almost 6 miles.
No, a little over 6.
Over 6 miles.
Over 6 miles.
At a steady
Cardio.
pace, at what you would call a light jog, nonstop. I think we
jog,
laughed
like
everybody. Nobody laughed us.
Nobody laughed
A lot of people out here working out, and my point
and
is
I feel good.
That's the energy level, and again, and our risk probably for any kind of virus is probably very, very low because because of those very reasons: eating right, regular exercise, right. And and not that this is necessarily a part, but even getting the proper amount of rest.
Yep.
In other words, listening to your body, in terms of how you use that, your body in terms of, like you said, I think you said as a machine.
The inside of your body is like a production line.
Like a production
line. There's a group of organisms inside of your body, your recovery system. They work just like any other major organ. It's how your organs work together to recover from things.
Yeah, and so
your fitness regimen is what trains that group of production line workers, the rhythm in which they have to work.
And while we're talking about that, just when you start talking about eating right, because again, obesity and poor eating go hand in glove. I mean, it's a major contributor to it, obviously. And eating right, just to give you some examples of things that you shouldn't be eating. Okay, now this is where I'm probably going to lose one or two of you guys right now. But pigs, a pig and a dog are scavengers. You're not supposed to eat any one of those two. That's why the Most High talked about it. Well, pig, dog, and a rat is what he talked about.
Shellfish as well.
Right, your shellfish, you know what I'm saying? But let me stay on pig, dog, and rat. You know what I'm saying? Because Yeshua talked about a dog going back to his own vomit and a pig going back to his own mud. Now, why would he put a pig and a dog in the same category unless those two were the type of beast or animals, you know what I'm saying, that were here for a different purpose. They were not here for men, to consume, at least not Hebrew Israelite men and women.
Right.
Okay, now the Gentile and the heathen, they have a different dietary, I guess I would say regime, where we have a dietary law that's very, very strict. And if we don't adhere to those dietary laws or go astray, then we're going to be a lot sicker than any of those other nations, right?
Correct.
And you can see that proportionally when you start talking about things like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, now even cancer, right? Liver disease. We're disproportionately a lot higher than those other groups because we cannot have those things as a part of our diet.
Right.
We've got to have things like what, Derek? For example, for as good food that you should be eating. I mean, he mentioned shellfish. Let's just say bottom feeders.
Bottom feeders.
That'll be just the easy way, cut right to the chase. Lobsters, crawfish, crabs, catfish. You follow me? Just things, that are really the rodents of the sea.
Correct.
They're not the rodents. They're the what is? I guess that's not a rodent.
That's not a bad word.
I mean, when you start talking about roaches and things like that.
They're the scavengers of
the sea. I guess that's a better way to say it. Scavengers of the sea. Yeah. Shrimp, crab, crawfish, those are no different than roaches. They just eat meat. Well, roaches eat meat too.
Correct.
But that's what they're those sea creatures that keep the bottom of the sea. They eat all the feces from the fish and other things, all the sewer stuff that goes in there, the dead bodies, all the carcasses of the sea. Crawfish, crabs, shrimp, catfish, those things eat those things.
They do.
So when you consume those things, they go right in your body, become a part of what you are. How many of us not heard the thing, you are what you eat?
You are.
You follow me? So if you're eating garbage, then your body's going to function like a garbage machine, which in other words, it's going to function haphazardly, to say the least.
Correct.
And it's going to malfunction in these kind of times when the environment, is very toxic and viruses and epidemics are on the land. It's gonna take us out a lot quicker than it's gonna take out other ethnic groups.
It is.
And just to give you some numbers for New Orleans right now, we're sitting at, I think yesterday it was almost 11,000 cases, and with about 370 deaths right now. And day before yesterday, the death count day over day was like 42%.
Yeah.
So it's extremely high for this area.
Very.
Yeah.
It is.
And I can't see it getting any better unless we change our behaviors and listen to. I'm not saying that you have to strictly follow the dietary laws, of our that were written down, through Levitical,
Yeah.
diets, right?
Yeah,
But you have to have enough discipline to know, hey, I can't eat anything just because it smells good, tastes good, and look good.
right, right. That's right. The closer you get to it, will definitely help. The closest you can get to it will definitely help.
It will help you.
And also milk drinkers. You have to think about it. If this is this sickness is respiratory. You have to think about, well, milk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the mucus. Cow juice, cow pus.
Yeah.
We've been taught We've been taught our whole lives by the government that
milk does the body good.
The body good.
Remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
It gives you strong bones and strong teeth. Wrong. April Fools. It gives you cancer.
We were deceived.
Yeah.
We were misled.
It gives you cancer. It causes mucus. It causes all kinds of respiratory problems.
Wow.
And you want to know something though? There a lot of people don't even know. Almond milk. Almond milk is amazing. If you're a milk drinker, I'm a milk drinker, but I drink almond milk. It's literally made from almonds, and guess what? It has the same taste, except it's a much lighter taste, cleaner, and you can use it with cereal. If you want to cook whatever it is you cook, if you use milk in your cooking, you can use it for all these things, and it not only is it the same, it tastes better, and you're actually getting the real vitamins. So I mean, there's an alternate, because a lot of people can't get away from milk. Well, guess what? Try almond milk. And for those who say that it doesn't taste the same, it's really all in your head.
Yeah, give it a shot and see, right?
Yeah.
Try it before you, you know what I'm saying, you denounce it, right?
Yeah, and also your crucifers vegetables, your dark green, leafy green vegetables.
Yeah, those nature drinks too. If you know those nature drinks, guys, that have like, you got the green ones with all the greens, and you got another one that has like all the, I want to say red fruit.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, I think, maybe it's like pineapples and things like that. You drink one of those every day, man, you get all the vegetables you need. Those things taste very good. I drink them every morning myself.
Great.
About a little, I guess like a little 8-ounce bottle. And these are just suggestions. They're not very expensive. More expensive than a case of Coke. I mean, a 6-pack of Coke. And and that has no nutrition, no nutritional goods. I'm talking about a 6-pack of Coke.
Right.
Where these nature drinks, along with almond milk that Derek just mentioned, those things are, are extremely healthy. And they also help your digestive system.
They do.
You follow them? You want to be regular, as they speak. Since everybody went out and bought all this damn toilet paper, Derek.
Right. May as well put it to use.
Amen, huh? But I don't know, guys. Again, we just wanted to come to you and just share some a different perspective on what's happening with the with CV-19 or COVID. What is it? COVID?
Yeah, COVID-19.
COVID-19.
And also, just love your body, man. Love yourself enough to want to live in the best body that you possibly can. Because look, I will never try to make anyone feel bad about the body that they're living in. But I have to say this though. Another thing with viruses and diseases, the more weight you carry, the more you give parasites and organisms and deadly organisms and bacteria to hold on to.
Goodness.
They have a whole lot more to hold on to, a whole lot more to make their nest in.
Wow. Wow.
That's another thing that we're not being taught.
Yeah.
But the media wants to say be happy with who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why you have social media with truth tellers like what we're doing right now, guys, because mainstream media is they work for their sponsors, right? And their sponsors need you to have a bad diet so they can keep you full of medications, bad foods, right? And hospitalization to keep you in their insurance systems, their Ponzi schemes, again, to keep you sick, you follow me, so that they can stay rich. That's my personal opinion, but I don't trust mainstream media, absolutely not when they start talking about good health. You notice most of these people tell you about be your best self and eat what you want to eat, enjoy yourself. You notice most of them are slim and trim and in good health.
Oh, it's always the
at least they look like they are.
It's always the physically fit people that's telling everybody else
don't be healthy.
Don't be
Health
healthy.
doesn't matter.
Or be okay with not being healthy.
Yeah, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. Well, guys, we've kind of gone, for a good little minute here. And Derek, anything that you would like to share in closing?
Well, just, self-love. I guess if there was any way to title this video, I don't want to, I can't tell you.
Well,
but or at least a subtitle or the, I would say the thesis. Yahuwah says, "Love thy neighbor as thyself." But the problem is, a lot of us are not even loving ourselves.
Amen.
So we don't know how to love our neighbor.
Or they think that means some kind of selfish love, where that's he's not meaning it like that. In other words, he's saying do unto others as you have them do unto you. And unless you some kind of special fool, you don't want anybody treating you like crap.
Correct.
Right. So
Correct.
But how do you want to be treated? That should be mind, body, and spirit.
Correct.
And so if you're not taking care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit, it's going to be hard for you to be an attribute, you know what I'm saying, or an asset to the global society.
Correct.
And in a time like this, guys, when we don't know what's coming behind the next moment, right?
Right.
Us who are Hebrew Israelites, we understand that Yah will protect us. And Yah has promised us that he would never forsake us. And Yah has told us that he is going to redeem us. You know what I'm saying? He told us to be aware of the times because the days are evil, but don't be fearful, right? He said because this too, when it's all said and done, that he's gonna put us back to where he always intended us to be, as his people, the men and the women, right? But that, don't you want to be in the best physical condition when that day comes?
Absolutely.
You follow me? When he starts to add years to your life, you follow me? Because remember, his first promise was that 120 years.
Yep.
You follow me? At least the promise after the flood was 120 years. And I know a lot of people say, well, 100, that's a long time. Well, guess what? You mind telling how old you are?
I am.
You don't want to tell, you don't have to.
No, that's fine. No.
All right, I want you to take a good look at this young man sitting to my right over here. How old are you?
I'm 39.
39 years old, soon to be?
40.
Well, how many you making 40?
May 22nd.
So one month?
22nd.
Right, next month.
Next month I'll be 40.
Next month, look at that. Look at that. That's what a 40-year-old looks like. Oh, and over here, 60.
Yeah.
And then 3 months, I'll be 61.
Yeah.
So guys, we're not talking out of our butts, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Right. Well, you say we are modeling the expected behavior. And you think about it, guys, and neither one of us on any kind of medication, never have been on any kind of medication. The biggest medication I might take is a damn a little hydroxycut or something, coffee stimulant here and there. You know what I'm saying?
I took no medications after surgery.
Yeah, I've never been on any kind of.
After surgery, I had a major neurosurgery. No medication.
But we do practice the diet to stay away from the scavenger things that we talked about, right, Derek? And we drink lots of water. You follow me? We do try to supplement ourselves with greens, a lot of green things, guys. And again, getting out here and working out and keeping our mind healthy. And we do study the word of Yah. You follow? We get into it. I think he could tell you, how old were you when I started introducing you? 4 years old.
4 years old. I was 4.
Did I teach you about the Lord?
Absolutely.
And the importance of it?
Absolutely.
Bible study?
Yeah.
You name it? You got it?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Always, right? So my parent, he said, train up a child in the way that he shall go, right? That's what our forefather Solomon said. And when he's departed, when he's old, he won't depart.
Correct.
We're not old.
Correct.
But I feel like if it's 120 years, I'm at 60, I'm a young man. And this is a baby. Looking at statistically speaking.
Yep.
If we use the most high statistics.
Right.
But in all actuality, I'm probably 40. And in all actuality, he's probably 20. At least from a physical condition, body-wise, I guarantee he's got the same energy as a 20-year-old. And I know I have the same energy as a 40-year-old.
Yeah, if I'm running, I'm a long-distance runner, by the way. If I'm running, I typically don't start getting tired until about the 8th mile.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I normally do about anywhere between 15 to 20,000 footsteps a day. That's between work and my reflection time. At least about 6-7 miles a day. Sometimes 10 miles a day. You follow me? Spread out through the day, but I get it in. I play the wing.
Statistically, as a 40-year-old, I'm not supposed to be able to run 7-8 miles every day.
But if you want to be 40 with a 20-year-old body and a 20-year-old energy and everything's really 20 years old, then that's how you do it.
Right.
And if I want to be 40 and a 40-year-old body and everything that's 40 years old, you know what I'm saying? What we just shared with you guys is how you can do it. And before we end, I give all glory and praise to Yahuwah. Because he's the one that gave me this mindset. He's the one that helped me to see who I was as an Hebrew Israelite. And that I'm supposed to be the head, not the tail. That I'm supposed to be the light of the world. All of us, not just me, all of us, right?
Right.
And then we're in our right mind for us in following his laws and his statutes, then we can be those things that he called us to be. Right? And we'll continue to be.
Yep.
So, but Derek, I want to thank you for your time.
It's been a while since I've been on.
Yes, and it's always a pleasure to have you on. Love you, man, and just again, and guys, I hope this message is a good message. I want at least you can glean from it. one that you feel comfortable in sharing, especially if you have some friends who are suffering with obesity or illness or sickness, or don't understand the importance of taking care of your body, of their body, especially in this time when illness is abounding.
Yeah, we love them. We love them. You know, just so
that's why we're doing it.
Yeah, we love them. You know, your friend is dealing with sicknesses that are, you know, perpetuated and probably not getting better because of obesity. We love them. That's why we want them.
That's why we're doing.
We want them to have access to this information.
Yeah, we're not getting paid.
Right? No.
You know what I'm saying? We don't get paid from these videos. YouTube don't send me a penny. It cost me a phone bill to do it. You know what I'm saying? Verizon gets my money for doing these videos.
And if y'all reach out to any one of us through social media, you can find me through my dad's page. If you reach out to any one of us, we will take time out of our day and talk on the phone with you and give you personal advice one-on-one and even walk you through the process for free. So this is real love. We're not just talking.
Amen. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, guys, thank you for listening. DFG.
DG.
All right, with DJ, we signing off, guys, and we'll talk to you later. All right, guys. Bye now. Covering from New Orleans. Whatever that means. All right, guys. Bye now.